Hey Caroline, thank you so much to agree to share your journey with me today. So could you just tell us a bit about yourself and specifically what it is you do for a living?
So I'm Caroline. So I work in London for a travel tech company and been in which I've been for the last 15 years. And I'm mum of two daughters.
Fantastic. And what led you to sign up for my program?
So I reached out to you because I think I'd lost my mojo a little bit and I was going to start a new role and I wanted to approach it in the best possible way, best of a mental way. And I was also, I think, in a place where I hadn't done a lot of work on myself. So, for example, what my values are, like what's important to me. And I felt I needed a bit of help to understand that about myself.
Mhm.
So I had better idea of what I stood for and could confidently explain what I was about to my team.
Yes, for sure. And I can remember at the beginning you were like, Liz, shall I wait until I've got my team or shall I start now? And I was like, no, let's start now.
I'm
And I'm
glad we
sure
did.
you,
Yes, I'm really glad we did. It was really
yes,
useful.
so am I, definitely. And you saying about losing your mojo, and also you wanted to understand the type of manager that you wanted to be and focus on yourself. What was the impact of losing your mojo at the time? How was that affecting you?
It was really my productivity at work, my happiness levels were kind of low, not where I wanted them to be. And it just impacted overall my happiness levels, both at work and at home as well.
Mm.
Um, and I didn't have the confidence that I was starting my new role on the best foot. So wasn't feeling too good about that.
Yeah, and you're not on your own with that. And I think a couple of things there, like you said, is when you're not feeling great, it can overflow into your personal life. And it's about when you're starting a new role, it can be quite daunting those first 90 days, and understanding, okay, what will those 90 days look like? So you're absolutely not on your own, but obviously you signed up for the coaching program to support that. That was one of your main goals. So taking control of that situation, I always recommend that. And we went through so many frameworks over the 12 weeks, didn't we? And each session, we had a real great conversation and we opened up new insights. And working towards your goals as we're going through the framework. From that framework, which program stood out for you? If you could pick your top two or your top three of those weeks, which are the standout ones for you?
So if I had to pick, I think I would say the initial ones actually, the focal point, the clarity, the courage sessions, they were really good because it kind of made me think of all those questions I'd avoided thinking about for a long time. And they helped clarify what's important to me, why it's important to me, what would get in my own way, um, and also how I would work around that.
Mm.
So if I had to pick, I would choose that. But I would also say that all of the sessions were really useful because they all covered a different area and they're all built on top of each other. So the first one, we're laying the foundations, and as you progress towards a better understanding of yourself and what you need, then it gives you the tool to put them into action after the goals and the influencing and the persuasion.
Yeah.
So they all really made a complete kind of picture in a way that was really useful. And I loved also having the different sheets to think, like the homework to think and write down, because no one likes homework, but actually to write down and formalize things. It's useful because then you can go back and remind yourself, but also it forces you to think about it, which sometimes the thing that you really need to do, then sit down and do it.
Mm.
And the journaling as well, which I'd never done in my life, which I started thanks to you. It's quite useful because it also does help to reflect and process rather than it all just staying in your head.
Absolutely. And you 100% threw yourself into the program. And this is why, we've discussed this. The program is so special because it's different from normal coaching where I would go, how are you? What would you like to focus on today? What do you think about that? The program gives you the techniques, concepts, principles to help you. So it takes a bit of the work out for you and helps you grow and still moving towards your goal. So it's brilliant to say that it brought that whole picture for you. The worksheets, yes. So every session you had a worksheet. And it would include the concepts and the techniques. But yeah, there was some work, but I've, positive feedback from you on
Yep,
those.
yep, sure.
And you can go back and reflect on those. So they're there, you've got them, they're totally yours. And it's brilliant to go back in and remind yourself, oh, okay, yes, I just need to go on about that. And it helps you to refresh.
And then sort of takeaways as well that you keep. Right?
Yeah,
It's good to, sometimes we discuss, don't have time to take all the notes. So at least I know I've got my notes.
you've
The
got them
important.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Um, so what results did you get then on the back of the program for you, Caroline?
I got what I wanted, which was, to get clear on my values, my purpose. And I think, I got more than I want on what I initially thought I would, because I also got to know about what kind of environment I do my best work in, also how I can look at outside work, what's happening outside of work to just be a happier person, both in and out of work. And it also really prepared me quite well to be a manager for my team. Because being coach-like is actually a requirement of the job when you're a manager. And I don't think I had any clue what that meant until we had all these conversations and I could get a better idea for that. So I got better insights for me, but also for my team. And lots of the tools and techniques we discussed, I could see how I could have similar kind of conversations with my team. And that was really good.
Absolutely. So, so many wins for you there. And I'm so pleased. It's been brilliant to see the transformation. And you're saying, Liz, oh, yes, I can use that with my team. Oh, and I can use this concept as well. And you've got that clarity now for you, both in and out of work. And I can't wait to see what the year is going to bring now, because obviously you are in the role, you have your team, and we've got over the Christmas period, haven't we? So you're well and truly in role now.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your experience of us working together?
But I remembered after even just session one, I'd left already with such great insights. So even just like one session made a difference on my productivity, my mindset. And you have been just so supportive and encouraging and never judgmental. So it was really a pleasure, to chat with you. Sometimes, as we were helping me think about things, I think there were a few sessions where I was trying not to cry, but not because of you, just because of the nature of what we discussed sometimes. And you were always there to be really supportive and kind and encouraging. So
100%. Oh,
yeah,
we got you, and we go through it together. Always there to to make sure you've got everything that you need, and
yeah.
so it's brilliant to hear you say that, and it's been fantastic to be working with you as well, Caroline. I have to say, you're just such a compassionate, caring person. Your team are very lucky to have you because you really do care about the people in your team and the type of manager that you want to be. If you were to say what your biggest takeaway from the program was, what would it be?
It just made me a lot happier as a person and give me a lot more of the confidence I was looking for. So I didn't just come out with like a set of sheets, right, of PDFs. I could see the impacts. So it's just overall just feeling much better than where I was a few months ago.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Wow, it's brilliant to hear. And all the
Yeah.
successes that you share with me week after week, it's honestly, it's been amazing to hear. If you were to recommend this program to somebody, what should others know about working with me?
Mm, I mean, first of all, I think I would recommend it to anybody who needs a bit of support or just a boost or reset, or anyone who feel they need a bit more of a helping hand to either think for things or just become a better version of themselves. And also, it's never too late. It's never too late to reach out. And yeah,
Really?
today's always a great day to start.
That is a really good point. It is never too late. Yeah, I love that. So, what are you looking forward to next then, Caroline? What's the new year going to bring for you?
No, no, we had all these conversations and I learned all those great tools. I think there's definitely room for applying them more and more consistently. Ultimately, I think I just want to make a difference, make a good positive difference this year for my team, and just continuing to apply the tool, the techniques, and not have all this, the great work that we did together, kind of go, fall because I'm not using it. So I just want to make sure I continue using it and I stay accountable to what the goals I set for myself.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, brilliant. It's now right. Okay, I've, I've made this transformation, so I really want to embed it with your team in your profession, but also outside of work. Yeah, and I'm right here to help you. Um, to work with you for the next few months. So yeah, exciting to see. And thank you so much for
Thank you,
sharing
Liz.
your journey. I know people will be inspired by you. You're such a lovely lady, and yeah, excited to see what 2024 will bring. So thank you, Caroline.
Thank you, Liz.